Hey everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. Please take a second to rate, follow, or subscribe to the podcast on whatever platform you're listening to. It's a key performance indicator and helps us reach even more people. Now here's what we've got in store for you today.
Hey, Pete.
Good, my friend. How are you?
So I haven't got a video. I've just got you I've got just a
picture of me at the BFC.
Picture of you looking ripped.
No, that's a photo of somebody else. I found it online.
I'm sure that's the moment that you would take out of me for being old and fat.
That was definitely not you, brother. I remember that year. You were kicking ass and taking names. I'm not taking any of that. I couldn't tell the difference between you and the younger members of the team on there for sure.
Well, that's very nice of you to say so. And you're right, but that's only because they're lazy.
It's just true.
I'm offended by that. Thanks very much.
There you go. I resemble that remark.
Here he is. How are we, fellas?
Very good.
Dropped my tripod stand off the side of the thing this afternoon when I was on a conversation with somebody, so that one's down. We're going handheld for this afternoon.
Somebody told me that was your nickname.
Oh, handheld.
Tripod.
Mate, I've been called better by worse, so I wouldn't worry about that. Or worse by better, one of the two. How are you, my friend? Yeah. You look like you're in the middle. Where are you at? Are you in the garden? You look like you're out, like...
I'm in the garden,
you're abroad, mate.
Yeah.
God.
Well, Cheshire, isn't it?
Cheshire. It's God's country.
Cheshire.
Cheshire.
Shorts, flip-flops.
Essentially, it's been a beautiful day here. Absolutely stunning. Where's the little dude gone?
I'm still here.
I don't know.
He's there.
He's here. Yeah.
You're in my mouth right now, Pete.
That's just like a dream I had last night. So then, fellas, how are we feeling ahead of next week? Well, in fact, let me scratch that. Rewind back. James, Mark, welcome back to the podcast. How are we doing, fellas?
Very well, thank you.
Good.
Awesome.
So smart.
So smart. How are we feeling about next week? Because this is going to be the first one kind of out of lockdown, but the virtual was massive last year. I mean, it was, you had internationals and everything on it.
It was huge last year, and we've gone from strength to strength year on year. Obviously, like we spoke in the past, it was sort of the brainchild of, oh dear, lockdown's happened, what can we do? And we're getting more and more interest every year. So looking forward to it. There's a bit of competition going on already on socials, so it's going to be exciting to see the numbers coming in pretty thick and fast.
Mark, you were supposed to be retiring. What the hell are you still doing?
I did retire for 2 months.
Good, yeah. Finally got
bored. And then I came back, yeah. Capitalise on what James said there. You know, we're back by popular demand again. It's people asking for the virtual that kind of brings it back every year, you know, which is great. It's a credit to the lads, you know, myself, James and Rob, who put it on. But yeah, it's popular demand. If people want it, we'll do it.
100%. I think I'm seeing it now as like the formal kickoff for the whole kind of season over here in the UK. Now that we've got the Welsh and the British, and hopefully some more coming online in the next couple of years. But this is like the kickoff, and the beauty of it still being virtual is that no matter where you are, logistically challenged or anything like that, everybody can still get involved in it and kind of see where everybody's at, see who's been slacking over the winter and who's got a late start in the summer or an early start for that matter.
Absolutely.
It's a real good warm-up for the Welsh one as well, I think, personally, because obviously from ours finishing, you've got 2 weeks, so you're going to see these people again. So you want to put a good shift in, and you then can sort of weigh up the competition when you get to Wales and be like, right, I want to go against, for argument's sake, Ryan. I'll be like, right, he did X time. Right, I need to up my game for this next 2 weeks and get my preparation sorted. So I'm looking forward. It's going to be good.
Are you guys still going to do the course running up and down the tarmac, or are you incorporating anything else? Because like we said before, the idea of keeping this accessible for everybody is that you usually do, in terms of the weights and everything like that, it's all exactly the same. But is this the shuttle? Because I'm coming up to see you guys next Wednesday to do the course. So how are we going to have it set up?
We're not changing the course, Pete, because it's taken us 3 years with the internationals and everything to get everybody on board to know, you know, what they can and can't do. Some people have different weight dummies, that kind of stuff. And we've got like a really good model that works virtually. You know, if you start trying to ask people to find a set of stairs or, you know, some other structure, that it suddenly becomes difficult for people.
Yeah.
Anybody can find a 50-metre piece of tarmac. You know, it's a shopping centre car park. The blokes from New Zealand, again, last year, and I would imagine this year, I'm sure they used the quayside next to, because I could see ships in the background. But that's the beauty of the virtual. You get people who are watching it on social media get to see what's going on internationally. I mean, I'm sure the lad from the United States, I'm sure he did it on an airfield. in somewhere out in Texas, which was great.
Love that. I might get in contact with Jared Johnson. I might give him a nudge. I'm going to write that down now. I'm going to give him a nudge before next week, see if I can get him to send one in.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Yeah.
He's training non-stop all the time. That dude's an absolute beast. So, talking about the internationals we had last year, what sort of countries did we have into it? And I know people have still got a week or so. When does registration close? Is it running right up until the end of next? I don't know. Let me out there.
We'll run it through the event. We'll keep it open because all the proceeds go to charity. So we'll just keep it open for the event. But what I would say is that we've opened it up for teams for the first time this year. And ideally, I would like the team registrations in before the event starts, just from a logistical point of view and organising. Otherwise, it becomes too difficult to manage. So if you're listening out there, if you haven't registered as a team before we start, we're going to be struggling, and you don't want to miss out one of those beautiful prizes.
That's it,
Points
baby.
mean prizes.
Points mean prizes. James, awkward question.
Yeah.
Has the Cheshire team already been sorted, or are we going to have enough of us to throw on the pink helmets next week and do a pink run as well? Or are everybody, do you have to stay in one team, if you know what I'm saying? Because I know you'll be entering a Cheshire team.
So we're currently in debate on who can do what, and obviously the Pink Firefighters Association is close to our heart. So I think it's down to Mark whether he'll allow it, whether I can go on two separate teams. Obviously, we're trying to
I'll allow it.
There we go. Then we've got the green light there, so we can do a run in the pink kit, and we're good to go. So again, it's another cause that we're trying to get involved with as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if we put that one totally separate, it would just be nice to be able to do it and get obviously some more money for the charity and just get the awareness of the pink stuff out there. We could try. I think we could set a smoking time as well. So it'll be me, you, Ryan there. I don't think Dean. How's the team one going to work? Do all the people have to do it in the same location? How's it going to be working?
Yeah, what we said is that it's a team as you would on the physical event. It's a team that you run it all at the same time at the same location.
Okay, so we're going to be splitting it up with, will it be the run by itself, as in to simulate and rather than me guessing, break it down for me, Mark. What are the individual components going to be for that?
Don't ask me, because the team event is nothing to do with me. I'm not actually sure the way it breaks down. I'm just going to turn up and do whichever bit they tell me to do.
Love it.
I think this shows the amazing organisation that we've got, because the only person that actually knows about the team stuff is Ryan, and he's not here. Because it was Ryan's brainchild, but from what I can gather, it'll be the first two bits, second two bits, next two bits, and then the fact they run out and bring the casualty back.
The casualty back, yeah.
But I have slept since he said it to me, and he does talk a lot of me. So we'll get it ironed out and we'll send it all over so it's all clear for everybody. Because obviously,
I'm sure it's on our website though. I'm sure it's on our website that how it's broken down.
I'm fairly confident it is, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the run and the haul, and then you've got the hose drag and the roll. Yeah, then you've got the barrels and the sprint, and then you've got the final the final drag is the final.
You've got a sprint and drag. I think the last element is a sprint and drag, yeah.
100%. Is it unlimited, the number of people that can enter, or are you capping it at all? I know you said you're going to leave it open during it.
We have got a cap of 150, but between you, me and the gatepost, we have got places left for people should they want to be involved. And why wouldn't you want to be involved? You're supporting the charity, and it's great training for the rest of the season. So sign up.
To put that into context, that's 50% on top of what we did last year, and we had people kicking the door down trying to get on it last year. So we've made those spaces available. So we're getting up there with our capacity, but we've still, like Mark said, we've still got a little bit of room for people who want to get involved.
So what prizes have they got on offer this year? Because I know you gave away, you had the plaques done last year as well, didn't you?
We did. We had some plaques done last year, but this year we've gone down more of a trophy route. So again, Ryan sorted those out. It's a really smart design. It's made out of glass, or like a glass trophy with the CFC, with the main sponsor, which is HAIX. I know who do some stuff for you. I'm not too sure how you've broken down this year, Matt. You've got your team event, obviously, your overall fastest.
Yeah, it's the same as last year. The only addition is the team event. We kind of drive in. One of the discussions that we had this year, because of how popular it is, because at the moment we only have one female trophy, but we'd really like to get to the point where we can split the ages, females-wise, and we're not actually that far off being able to do that. And I think that will really encourage people to get involved. But it's just, people have got to buy in, and give us the opportunity to do that, to make it better for everyone. Like say, like with us, the British Firefighter Challenge, the Welsh Firefighter Challenge, we don't do it for ourselves. We're doing it for the common good and for the charity. So buy in and, let's see it grow, and we can increase the opportunities for people to compete, in a good environment, really, a fair environment where you're competing against people of a similar age.
What was the oldest competitor you had last year, Mark? Because now we're saying, because they obviously splitting the women into age groups would be nice. Obviously, you should never ask a woman her age. But how old are you now, Mark? And what's one of the oldest competitors we had last year?
So I'm 51 this year, and I think last year, the oldest competitor was the north side of 55.
Wow. I know when we were in the BFC, I think we had an old boy at 62 years of age. He was one of the Germans, I think, that came over and did it. He was wicked. Love that dude. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Real character. I got in a bit of trouble last year for wanting to join the Barbarians team, but
there was talk of him dropping the Cheshire team at like the final hour, and he was put to no uncertain terms that wasn't going to happen.
Judas, love it.
Yeah.
Well, in my defence, I was thinking of the team. I'm the oldest. If there's somebody faster than me, then crack on. I'm not going to be upset. But yeah, apparently I was the preferred choice, which is fair play.
James, What age? You entering the 30s yet, James?
I'm well into my 30s. I'm 32. I'll be nearly 33. The week of the BFC will be my birthday weekend.
Wow, you're so baby-faced. I forget you're that old.
Well, I didn't have a tough paper round. I did all right. I was well looked after.
So where can people actually go to register? Are they registering through the website? Are they doing it through social media?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things to sort of mention that are critical. So yeah, if you're registering, register through the website, www.CheshireFirefighterChallenge.co.uk. If you're registering a team, it's on the same site, but you'll have to scroll a little bit further down for the team entry. And because it's the first year, we're only charging £10 per team, which works out at £2.50 per person. And if you don't want to enter the individual, but you want to enter the team event, then do that. But let us know so that we can send you one of the bespoke patches out, limited edition for the Jubilee year. And the other thing is that videos this year won't be done via WhatsApp. They'll be done by WeTransfer, to try and take a little bit of pressure off James in the way he edits them. But look out for that on social media. There's guidance. There's a little video out there that tells you exactly how to do it to make it easy for you.
James, you're going to have like 150 videos, then your teams of 4, which you might have, 15, 20 relay teams. Dude, that's a colossal piece of work. Why did you volunteer for that?
I think I was just told I was doing it, and then it just sort of, as we've gone along, it's just the job that I've taken on. We are trialling it this year, because last year it got to the point where my phone nearly exploded with the amount of videos and the processing. Just my phone couldn't keep up with it. Yeah. So that's why we've gone, right, we're going to WeTransfer, and then what we can then do is we can then keep all the videos forever, effectively. So if anyone ever decides they want to change the phone or they've lost their video or whatever, we can then send them the footage back as well.
Love it. Absolutely. That's good delegation right there, Mark. Give James the stuff to do like that. He'd be great at it.
It volunteered as opposed to volunteer. So it's a subtle difference, but it still works.
Love it. So when can people start sending their entries in? When does the opening date start?
1st of May.
1st of May. So straight after the weekend, rest day, Sunday, and then we're straight on it, yeah?
Yeah, and they can submit 2. So just to make it worse, they can submit 2 videos. So they can do one in the first week and see how everybody else is getting on, and then have another go at the weekend after and submit another one. So that's 300 videos for James to edit.
Jesus. It may take us a bit of time to get the videos out.
So I can come down, do it with you guys, fluff it up, and then worst case scenario, when I get back to my home brigade, I can have a go and do it here.
Absolutely.
Love it. I might send 3 in just for the hell of it. I might just bombard James with lots and lots of unnecessary videos, some of which won't even be related to the fire service. I'm just going to send him everything.
To be fair, if I'm ever going where my phone starts vibrating repeatedly, I know who it is without even looking at it.
It's those 3-word messages. I'm sure Mark's bored of it as well by now. Beautiful, fellas. I love that you're doing it again this year. I think it's going to be a hell of a great one, especially as now everything starts opening up. We'll go from this straight into the kickoff with the Welsh, and then the snowball just continues. We'll all rock down to Hull for the BFC, and it's just going to go bigger and better.
It's going to be a great season.
There might be something later on in the year as well. That's up for debate, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah. We had a typical Cheshire Firefighter Challenge meeting the other day in the pub, and we are at the seedling stage of another plan for some time, maybe around September. But we can't say too much because we don't want to disappoint people. But we're seriously considering it, and we're prepared to put in the effort if people are interested.
That's it. If people have the demand there, then then it will get put on and it will go. And their opportunity to show that demand is the next week, starting on the 1st. Get them recorded, get them sent in. It should only take. What do you think the time's going to be? What was the fastest time last year?
We've had a sub 3 minute, which is pretty quick.
The time in Cheshire was 2:34, I think.
There you go.
2 minutes 34.
He wasn't. Yeah, and he was beaten by less. I think it was about a second. I think he was beaten on the last day by a second. He was blisteringly quick.
Oh yeah, this was the Cumbria Nottinghamshire battle, was it? Oh no, Cumbria Nottinghamshire battle. Yeah.
No, Simon.
Oh no, Northamptonshire. Sorry.
They just came in.
That was very good.
On the last minute and went right. Here's our fastest time. But it was good. It was good.
Mate, that's ballistic.
And this is what makes it great for following on social media, because it's like, it's live sport for 2 weeks, and you can keep a track on who's where, and you can hold back your second run to kind of, because you know who you're racing against. You think, right, let's see how they get on, and then it's like a big race at the last weekend. For me is a massive headache because everybody wants to submit right at the last minute, but we enjoy it, and it's really good for everybody. So let's.
2 minutes 34 is going to be one hell of a time to beat. I can't even remember. I don't even know if I've done sub 3 minutes yet, to be honest with you. I'm significantly lighter than I was. Well, not significantly, but I'm about half a stone lighter. I'm optimistic. What do you think you're going to hit, James? I'm
aiming for below 3 minutes. So I know I'm not going to get sub 2. I want to go quicker than Mark, obviously, and Ryan and Rob. But it's a good kick-off to the season to sort of see where you're at. Training-wise for me, I've put a lot more work in this year. Obviously, we've spent a bit of time together. Spent most weekends with Mark getting battered around the yard. So I reckon 3:15 is what I'm aiming for.
3:15.
Yeah, that's what I'm aiming for.
Sub 3 minutes all the way. You've got some fast girls doing it this year as well, haven't you?
Yeah. So you've got Chrissy, who I've been doing. We both know. She's been putting some good times in because she's been doing a lot of training, and I made her do a dry run. I told us to do a dry run the other week, and as it stands, based on that, on last year's numbers, she's the second fastest as it stands, and we've still got time to go.
Hey, if I can just come in there, because it's probably worth saying that when you talk about females within the fire service and the challenge, at this point in time, a third of the competitors for the Cheshire Virtual Challenge are females. And that's what I was saying before about pushing to get, a sort of separate age group for them, because they're filling a third of the spaces. It's a really positive thing for us.
That's huge, mate. Especially considering, I remember back in the early days of the BFC, you'd be lucky if you could get 2 pairs together. You're lucky if you got 4 girls running the competition. But now, that's incredible to see the scales really moving.
Yeah, it is, and it's great. And like you just said, they're really, really good. So yeah, you can't discount them because they are great. Got some great females running.
Love it, fellas. Well, look, the very best of luck for next week. Hopefully, I'm going to catch you both when I travel over to see you all in Cheshire. Sub 3 minutes is a target. If anybody wants to jump on and do their final bit of registration, the link is going to be in the episode notes below. Good luck for everybody. Remember, it's just you versus you. Yes, there is a competition, and yes, there is prizes to be won, but anybody showing up and giving their best will get cheered along and will have their own chance to have that moment in the spotlight and have the support from everybody, the Cheshire, the British, the Welsh. We want to see you do your best. So the very best of luck to everybody.
Thanks, Pete.
Thanks, Pete.
The Firefighters Podcast is a global podcast seeking to develop, inspire, and motivate the world of the emergency services operators. Through a series of wide-ranging conversations celebrating those within our sector, we seek to encourage and support this incredible group of people. It's brought to you by myself, operational firefighter Pete Wakefield, and I speak with individuals from all walks of life who I sincerely believe can add value to or develop those who have chosen this life path. Please support your emergency services wherever you are in the world, and thank you for listening.